Good morning, Steve here. I'm at my workshop this morning. I'm working on one of our Husqvarna. We had two. We gave one to one of our sons. We have one now. I think it's 13 years old. And yesterday, one of the springs broke. This end wore right off. Yeah, 13 years old. This is the spring that goes to the clutch, which is a pedal on the left side of the machine. So I went up to our local in Oxford, Reed's Supply, got a new spring for $15, and then I had to rig up some kind of a way to, I had to take the deck off. The deck is over there. Can you see that? Yeah, okay. Whatever. I can't see what I'm doing here. Got my timer going. I had to rig up a hook up there where I could hook up a come-along, which I have several come-alongs. I put some ramps under here as a safety precaution. Can you see that ramp down there? Yeah, I got the ramps. They're not sitting on the ramps because I want it up higher. So now I got to get in underneath there and see about hooking that spring up. I'm not sure where it hooks on the back. I think I know where it hooks on the front, but the back probably goes somehow back to the transaxle or to a bar attached to it, because right now it won't move. You can move the where am I? The lever forward and back. It doesn't do anything. It's disengaged. So that's today's project. Yeah. What else is happening? Stock market, I hear, is going down, which doesn't affect me at all. I have nothing invested in the stock market. I've got money invested in other things, which we don't need to talk about today. But yeah, the world is kind of falling apart, coming down around our ears. Going to be an interesting summer. Going to be an interesting fall. So buckle up. We heard a message Sunday morning. The guest pastor was in the area, and buckle up. Get right with God, primarily. So then it doesn't matter what happens. It really doesn't. Because, God's got a plan. God's plan was in place before he ever created this whole universe. Which brings me to another book that I read recently. It took me a while. I highly recommend it for people that have a good vocabulary or know how to use a dictionary. The Genesis Flood. It's over 489 pages, I think. It was written 53 years ago, published 53 years ago by John Whitcomb and Henry Morris. Excellent book that completely destroys evolution, uniformitarianism. Look it up if you don't know what that is. Completely destroys those arguments and completely re-illuminates creation, biblical creation, the flood, Noah's flood, the universal flood, and explains everything that we now have on this planet, whether it's fossils or oil or coal or you name it. The Bible really explains how that all happened. Dinosaurs, it's all there. It's all so, I learned a lot of this back in Bible college, back in 71, 72. And I think my Old Testament survey teacher probably knew Henry Morris and John Whitcomb. I don't know, but he wrote the textbook that we used. Dr. Eugene Merrill. Last I knew, he was at Dallas Theological Seminary. I'm not sure he's still alive, but brilliant man. An outstanding college professor. And he included in his textbook some of the stuff that I got from the book, The Genesis Flood. It's not something you're going to read quickly. In fact, there are chapters that are 130 pages long, so you can't even read a whole chapter in one sitting. But I'm glad I plowed through it eventually. I've been wanting to get the book. Time's up. Thanks for listening.